Joining us now on the MegaCast, kicking off the second hour, let's go to Chief Greg Flynn with the West Bloomfield Fire Department. I know you're there at Fire Station 1 for an update on the drive-thru vaccination service. Hey, Chief.
Good morning, Ronnie and Tyler. Kudos to both of you on the town hall meeting you hosted the other day about the vaccine and the great work that the county health department's doing here behind me today, and definitely you guys sharing good science-based information with our partners over at Henry Ford.
Yeah, it's really great to get the information directly from the individuals that know so much more than we do, because reading an article on Facebook does not make me a health expert.
Oh, and these are the faces that our residents see when they go into the hospital. It's not uncommon to see Eric Wallace walking down Main Street at Henry Ford. So the very faces that, are accountable to the care provided here right within our community are the very faces that we're sharing that information. And that's what the MegaCast always does. It keeps it local.
Well, we're lucky to have such great partners, but also partners such as yourself and your team there. Larry, our Zoom producer, a couple weeks ago, he had to take his mother to get her vaccination shot. And I will say it wasn't quite as smooth of an operation as you have going on there. Whatever is going on, you guys need to roll this out countywide. It's great.
Well, this is the county team, and they deserve all of the credit. You'll see some of their team members walking around in the yellow vest. They're going to put over 619 cars through here today for their vaccines. This is the second clinic. So this is the folks who were here 3 weeks ago to get shot number 1 of the Pfizer. And they're back today for their second shot. And I had the opportunity to talk with some of the residents and some of the greater West Bloomfield residents that are here today. They were just complimenting, again, the staff, how friendly the county staff is, and the ease of access to get in. Right through the station, you're seeing just catching some of the volunteers checking folks in. Then they move inside. They're going to get their actual vaccine. Then they'll move straight across, never going back out onto Orchard Lake Road into the observation lot, where there's a nurse standing by and observing them for about 15 minutes while they wait to make sure they don't have a reaction after the administration of the vaccine.
You always pick the bad weather days, though. The first one was that crazy snow. Today we had a little bit of snow overnight, but not exactly too warm out there, Chief.
Well, we're doing well. And what you can't see inside is we've got a couple more of those like patio heaters for the staff. So those are putting down some nice radiant heat down for the staff to stay warm, to keep the vaccine at the appropriate temperatures. They're watching all of that. And actually, all the vaccine is maintained and drawn up inside. And what will happen is, just as cars are coming up, runners bring just enough vaccine out to the nurses so that there's never an oversupply of vaccine just sitting there. It's all being closely monitored. Again, Ronnie and Tyler, I'm so impressed by this county team, just the way they show up. And even when they do a shift change, these cars don't stop moving. They do a shift change so smooth that it just keeps going. And I do need to give a shout out to West Bloomfield PD, who's out there on Orchard Lake Road, helping to manage and make sure that everybody can get in and out of the fire station safely. So thanks to Chief Patton and his team.
So, Chief, I do know that this is the second time that we're doing this with you. As you mentioned, we did it the first time at the first round of the vaccine doses. But again, how exactly does this work? Because I did stop by this morning, and it's like an orchestra. And the cars come in, and boom, it's one right after another after another. Are they checking in on their phone? How is this working?
Right, and thank you for stopping in this morning. The folks are going to come in, and they actually get checked in. They're greeted by staff as they come in to assure that they have an appointment. They'll check in here, they get them in line, they start making sure that they have everything, the QR code, and everything that they need ready to go. Just inside the door, there's another check-in spot where their appointment comes up. They ask them some pre-screening questions, then they move through, and then they get the actual shot. But Ronnie, you guys talked about this in the town hall yesterday. We talked about it weeks ago, and we need to keep reinforcing this message. Get in line. Get in line in as many lines that you can get in, and let the team that's getting the vaccine go through the eligibility lists and get people where they need to be. It is happening. People are getting vaccine. This is proof of it. And there's multiple vaccine clinics going on today, multiple vaccine clinics that'll continue through the weekend. Oakland County is getting vaccine out faster than anybody I know. You pull up that Michigan Department of Human Health and Services website and you look at that dashboard, and which county is green? Bright green. Only county in the whole great state of Michigan, Oakland County. And I think residents of Oakland County should be proud of that and be celebrating just how quickly they move vaccine from delivery to distribution into people's arms. And they're rock stars, and we need to celebrate that.
Chief Greg Flynn with us on the Oakland County MegaCast, joining us live on site from a COVID-19 vaccination site. So this is round 2 for people that got their shots just a few weeks ago. Chief Flynn, at this time, are there any more planned vaccine drive-thrus in West Bloomfield that will be coming up in the coming days and weeks?
So that's a great question, Tyler. And what happens is the county, my last update, and this was a couple weeks ago, and I think this is still holding true, they're getting notice today or around today for what their estimated delivery for vaccine is going to be next week. And so then they'll reach out to partners like us and say, hey, we have this amount of vaccine we'd like to distribute on Friday. And Fridays seem to be our day. And like Ronnie said, Fridays with snow and extremely cold temperatures are the ones that we seem to excel at. And once we get word of that, our team is ready to mobilize. I want to assure everybody that our response, our preparation to respond to 911 calls while they're not running out of Fire Station 1, those units have been redistributed throughout the township and are ready to respond. You know, I think it's important to understand the role of local government in a health crisis like this is to provide this type of service. And it's the prevention of the disease transmission. It's the mitigation of the disease transmission that we can support and team up with partners like Oakland County Health. And that's what we're doing. So yes, we plan to do more when the county calls upon us to help out. We're going to be there to answer with a resounding yes and keep getting vaccines into people's arms, because that's what they want. That's what they expect.
Well, we're so lucky to have you and your team and the county health team to be able to do this. As Dr. Faust was saying yesterday, over 400,000 people have signed up for that Save Your Spot program through Oakland County. Chief, that seems the best way for people to do it. But like you said, get on as many lists you can get on, whether it's Meyer or Henry Ford Health Systems. Get on the list. But what they don't want to do is sign up over and over and over again on that Save Your Spot, because all you're doing is bogging down the system. It's not a lottery system. So right. The more times you sign up, it's not going to up your chances or, get you an earlier appointment. However, it seems to be working so far, and this drive-through vaccination clinic is proof of that today.
It is. And, again, we go back to the concerns that people weren't going to get the vaccine. People weren't going to take the vaccine. And now how quickly the news cycle changes when, again, good information comes out, like our friends at Henry Ford Health System, when they talk about what the science says, but Dr. Chen, who's come and give presentations at the fire department years ago on disease transmission, again, a stakeholder in the community of the community of community health, and continuing that message. You guys had some great questions in the town hall about, if a mom was nursing or somebody was pregnant, and I loved the flow of those sincere local questions that people had. And when we can remove those barriers, get them signed up, then we can get them in line here at Fire Station 1 and we can get them a vaccine. And it's just that anxiety that goes away when people feel that they have this protection to the virus. And it's valuable. And we're very pleased and honored to play a small role in the distribution of that vaccine.
There were a lot of thumbs ups this morning. Are you seeing that from people? They're very excited to get the vaccine.
Oh my goodness. Everybody that's coming through has a smile on their face. It's usually not until we get to the end where we get a couple of those people, and we've talked about this, that just want to make a quick right turn into the fire station and say, oh, do you have extra vaccine? I want to let you know, this team in here has it down to the exact dose. So there isn't extra vaccine. This is a little bit of some, I'm not saying it hasn't happened where there's been extra vaccine, but there's a plan for any time that there's a vaccine that might be left over for distribution.
Always a good point to make, Chief. Seems like we lost your video there, but we want to say thank you again, and we appreciate all of your effort and your help out there trying to get the vaccines in the arms of the members of our community. Chief Flynn with us here on the MegaCast. We want to say have a happy weekend and stay warm out there.
Will do. Thanks, you guys.